It's the Toronto Raptors versus the Seattle Supersonics.
Even though they were cooled off just a bit on Friday night at Sacramento, their 7-game winning streak snapped. The Toronto Raptors and Vince Carter remain the talk of the NBA. If the playoffs were to begin today, they'd have home court advantage in a 4-5 matchup with Philadelphia. More importantly, a lot of people think they have the potential now to go deep into those Eastern Conference playoffs. Hamstring played only 25 minutes and scored 13 points. They didn't really need him. He gets off quickly here.
Well, see, he has that great elevation on that baseline, Bob. He can face you or he can turn and jump over you, and that's exactly what he did. Now, Ruben Patterson is strong and gets good position, gets into a nice rhythm, squares himself with his jump, and jumps right over the top of Patterson. Then the
Carter on the wing. Over Barry. And he starts hot. Paul Westphal wants to talk it over.
That's the tone, Bob, for this team. No question about it.
Carter, quick catch and shoot.
See, now, we haven't seen one spectacular dunk. The young stars from Toronto. Watch Vince Carter moving without the basketball, squaring himself. Great footwork, great rotation on his jump shot.
Quarter for Seattle.
And when you shoot that portal, you got to get some second shots, and Seattle's done neither. How about this? Now, that's what I talked about, maturity. Stepping out and shooting that.
Points, and none of them on drives.
Well, he said, you know what, we'll live with him shooting the jump shot. And he said, okay, then I'll shoot the jump shot. I mean, he's shooting at Maxwell. One of those guys get hot, it could change the whole game.
Carter with a fadeaway. He's got 15.
Bob, you know how good that was? He with his footwork. Watch this now as he steps back. Look at the space created. He actually shoots over the top of a double team. It's nothing but the bottom of the net.
Loose ball into the hands of Carter, who lays it in.
That's his first shot in the paint. Vince Carter's going to pick up the loose ball, and again, this is his first effort in the lane. You see the beautiful left hand. Carter today, his great footwork, his ability to drive that ball, create distance, step back. Again, the great footwork, the follow-through on the jump shot, but this should be no surprise. I mean, this guy was a drum major in his high school band. He has always been a showman. You see him there in the white.
This was in high school, and eventually he was offered a scholarship to Bethune-Cookman in Florida as a drum major. Carter wound up in the NBA. The other guy in blue, I understand, wound up as a regular on Soul Train. His moves were actually even better than Carter's. He was going to it. Tracy McGrady off to Carter, who hits, ending a drought of 5 consecutive misses. He made 6 of his first 9, and prior to
Vincent crowd.
Vince Carter rises up and hits a 2. He was just a step inside the line.
I guess a little dose of Vince Carter won't hurt either. It's not how, but it's how many. So he steps out on the fringes at the three-point line, and he buries this long 2-point shot. And then he comes right back down the floor, squares up, gets a defender on his heels, and knocks in the jump shot. This has been Vince Carter time since All-Star break.
You called it, and he hit it. 32 for him. Oakley to bring it in with 30 seconds on the clock. Straight to Carter, to the hole. Slamming it down with authority.
This young player, Gary Payton, all defense, all world defense, and he just takes it to the basket with the powerful finish. That's the first dunk of the game for Vince Carter, and it comes at the most opportune time. Sideline out of bounds, isolation, no weak side defense, and the powerful finish. See, I don't like a small guy throwing this ball in. It might get deflected.
It's deflected by Christie, who flips it in. It's in Lewis's hands, and coming out to block it is McGrady. So Toronto's defense comes up big. Now remember, they had another timeout. Speaking of the Sonics, they could have called timeout if they didn't like the setup of things.
I just think that when you have a smaller player throw the ball in, Bob, the chances of that pass getting deflected become so much greater. And Vince Carter and Toronto escape once again with another 2-point win. You see the deflection right there by Christie. Saves it in bounds. And then the deflection once again by McGrady on the block. A gutty win here by the Toronto Raptors on the last game of a road trip, and Butch Carter is excited.
What a trip. They've won 8 of their last 9. A tremendous West Coast swing, and now we swing things over to Jim Gray.
All right, thank you very much, Bob. Well, it has been a tremendous West Coast swing. What about these games at the end here? How many of these can your heart take, these cliffhangers?
I don't know how many we can take, but we need to get comfortable in these situations and learn how to win them. You know, if we put in them the rest of the year, we have to win them. But you know, we just played a great team in their home building, and that's a big win for us.
You just told me, even though you had 34 points, you hurt your left wrist. What's the problem?
I landed on it trying to save the ball because I didn't want it to go out of bounds. Muggsy was standing there, so I just had confidence I could hit it to him, and I just landed on it. It's a little sore right now.
Final question, let me ask you about the Olympics. With Tom Gugliotta going out, Butch Carter says he's not sure if you would want to participate because of what happened earlier. Will you participate if asked?
Yeah, we don't know yet. I'm just trying to concentrate on the basketball aspect for the Toronto Raptors, and we'll see what happens later.
Vince, congratulations on a great West Coast swing.
Thank you.
Back over to you, Bob.
Jim, thanks. Vince Carter had 34. Tracy McGrady had 19. Rashard Lewis led the Sonics with 28, but his desperation final shot was blocked by Tracy McGrady, as Toronto leaves with a 99-97 win. Coming up next on most of these NBC stations, Al Pacino and Johnny Depp star in Donnie Brasco. For Doug Collins and Jim Gray, I'm Bob Costas. You've been watching the NBA on NBC and from Key Arena in Seattle. Good night, everybody.